Good morning, students. Welcome to week 13. I hope you're doing well. Thank you for your hard work, and I'm so proud of the fact that you keep working steadily and you are learning things and improving in many areas. And I hope that you feel proud of yourselves and the hard work that you've been doing. Before I talk about this week's work, I want to mention that the final exam is coming and you will need to take the exam between April 29th and May 10th. Okay. Now, one thing that's crucial to note is that May 10th is the last day of the class. So I absolutely cannot change that date. That I have no control over. So don't tell yourself I'm going to go take the test on May 10th unless you absolutely have to, because if something were to happen and you were to run out of time, you might miss the exam. So try to take the exam between these dates. Now, um, there is only one Saturday in there, okay? April 29th is a Monday, okay? And May 10th is a Friday. And the only Saturday in between there is May 4th. So if you need to use the testing center on a Saturday, May 4th is your date for your exam. Okay? The other thing I do not recommend is do not take it on the first day unless you are absolutely finished with all your work and you have studied. For some of you, you could take it probably on the 29th. But you need to plan ahead, okay? Whatever you decide to do, you need to plan ahead for that and make sure you've had allowed yourself time to complete previous assignments and time to study for the test. And I will be sending out more information about what to study soon. All right? So, look at your schedule, look at your work and family schedule, look at the testing center schedule, and think now about when you might want to take your final exam. Okay, so now let's talk about week 13. We're continuing with implied main ideas. The good news about this week is there's no summary. Isn't that fun? There's another one coming, but this week you get a break. So you have the usual assignments listed here, and they're all assignments that you're familiar with. So that's also nice. And on the right side, we have all the things that you're supposed to be learning this week. So for those of you that might need to catch up a little bit, this is a great week for that because you don't have a summary and the assignments are all familiar. And so it's a great week to be working on old things that you might need to do, especially old summaries. Okay, so this week we have a vocabulary quiz based on last week's words. Then you're going to do some work in 10 steps. You're going to go to the chapter 9 implied main ideas, watch the presentation, look at the textbook, and then you're going to take mastery test 3. Next, you're going to go to 10 steps again, but this time you're going to go to chapter 11, which is called combined skills, and you're going to do exercise 1 and exercise 2. Right? And remember that all these little exercises are points, and all those points are toward your final grade, so that's important. Word cards, I will assign those. They are similar to all past word cards. I want to tell you, students, that I'm pleased I've seen improvement in your word cards over the weeks and a better understanding of collocations, a better understanding that one word can have many forms. So this is great. Keep it up. Next comes the vocabulary academic words assignment. Okay. So when you do the vocabulary assignment, just like I always say, don't skip steps, right? Do step 1, 2, 3, and 4. I know you do 4 and 5 because that you have to turn that in. But 1, 2, and 3, these are using your textbook, using BVS, using this other resource, the vocabulary games. These things really help you to encounter the word several times. And we know that the more times you see a word used and use it yourself, the more likely you are to remember it and truly learn it. So don't skip steps, all right? Next comes your last speed reading journal and quiz. Okay, don't forget you have both. Don't miss the quiz, right? And do your journal so that you can get the maximum number of points. All right, and finally we have a giver assignment, which is a quiz. And again, be sure to follow the instructions. First, you're going to read questions. And as I mentioned in past weeks, the reason why you read the questions first is that it gives you something to look for as you read. It helps your comprehension because you have questions in your mind that you're trying to answer. So first just read them, then review the vocabulary at this link, and then read. Okay? Then toward the end of the week, you can take the quiz. And just remember, when you take the quiz, you can have the book with you, right? You've got the book with you at home. Please don't go to the internet and or to anybody else and ask for the answers because you have the answers right there in the book. And you do want to try to use your own words, okay? You can refer to the book, but use your own words because what you're doing is you're trying to show it shows me and you how much you understood about what you read. Okay. And obviously you can't take the quiz if you haven't read it because you won't know the answers, right? So just take the time. I would pace yourself, do steps 1, 2, 3 by like Wednesday and then, take the quiz by Friday or something. Be good to yourself, give yourself a chance. Okay, so that's our week. It's a pretty normal, quiet week. No summary, which is nice. Um, and time for you to start thinking about that final and when you're going to go take that. I will not host an online office hour this week. I have several evening appointments this week. However, if you need me, I am here and if you need to talk to me, other than through email, we can make an arrangement to meet online or to talk on the phone or to meet on campus if you need me. So I'm still available to you. I just won't be having that 1 hour online this week because of my schedule. So let me know if you need me and if you have any questions. And I hope you have a really great week. Thank you so much, students.